There's no better time to upgrade your phone at Walmart because when you sign up for AT&T Next, you can upgrade to a Samsung Galaxy S5 for $0 down. AT&T Next lets you upgrade every 12 months, so there's only one place for wireless. Walmart, more ways to Christmas joy.
Requires eligible installment agreement, qualified credit, and wireless service plan. Tax due at sale. If canceled, wireless service device balance due. New device after 1 year requires 12 installments, eligible trade-in, and new purchase. Other charges and restrictions apply. See AT&T.com/next or a store for details.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to WH Radio.
What time is it?
WH Radio.
Whoa.
We are the best in the world at what we do.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to WH Radio. I am Skit, and I'm here with the Sinister himself, Oscar. What is going on, man?
What's going on, man? Just get ready to do this show, buddy.
Yeah, in a few minutes we'll have Tyler Bateman here on the show. He does a lot of work with Santino's Bros. He also does work with AWS, Championship from Hollywood, name it. He's done a lot here in SoCal. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of, when he wrestles, I've seen him a couple of times. I mean, not a couple of times, or more than a couple, you could say. His skills in the ring kind of reminds me a lot of Chris Hero. He likes to use that forearm, and he does put in work in that ring. It doesn't matter where he is. If he's in Championship Wrestling Hollywood, AWS, or anywhere in the SoCal, he kind of reminds me of him a lot.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of my favorites. I'm definitely looking forward to some of the matches that he's got coming up later on here this year. Definitely enjoying the submissions title that he has over there at Santino.
Yeah, definitely. Which I just found out this past weekend when I was at the Wrestling Guys, so I saw a flyer at the Santino show. They have a new venue. They're doing it. It's over there in Newhall, California, out there. So if you guys that listen to the show that goes to Santino's regularly, in case you did not know, they're not doing the show over there at Del Gardens, California anymore. It seems like they're going to do it at Newhall. I don't know. That's going to be the confirm. You can see the permanent place, but who knows? Maybe he'll know when we get him on.
Yeah, definitely. He should be here in a minute. For those, we will be on air tomorrow. We'll be talking about Ring of Honor, so we're definitely looking forward to that. But we're definitely waiting for Tyler Bateman to call up in a few minutes. We'll have him on here on WH Radio. I know we had Raw this past week. I really didn't get to watch it. I know you guys covered it. It's anonymous general managers that shit's got to go.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we got waiting for Tyler Bateman. I heard you got New Japan World today.
What was that?
I said, while we're waiting for Tyler Bateman, I heard you have New Japan World today.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Really haven't got a chance to watch any matches yet, but I'm planning to watch some Kota Ibushi matches later on with him and Prince Devitt in their series that they had a while back, so that's something that I'm looking forward to watch later on.
Well, that's something I want to get, hopefully in a month or two. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like very cool. I'm hearing a lot that's better than the WWE Network. I mean, I wish I can tell you or tell the listeners that how it is, like how's my experience with it, but I don't have it. So, I got to really experience it for once. Not for once, but hopefully in a month or two, I'll start experiencing the New Japan World, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty dope. It's different, you know. Just like our boy Chris said, you know, you might want to use Google Chrome for the New Japan World. But we'll talk about that a little later. We on the air with us. Let's put them on. Tyler Bateman, what's going on, man?
Not much, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, pal.
Yeah. For those listeners that are listening, not familiar with Tyler Bateman, he does a lot of work here in SoCal, AWS, just name it, just about everywhere out here. And I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff that he's got going on this year in SoCal. But yeah, man. Tyler, I was actually earlier on you, and I noticed that you used to wrestle in Oklahoma.
Yeah, man. I'm from Oklahoma. That's where I was born. That's where I grew up.
Yeah. Can you tell us, how'd you get started in the business? Because myself, I thought you were you basically trained with Santinos, but by reading some stuff, looked like I was wrong. Can you tell us, please?
Like I said, I grew up out there. So my earliest memories are my parents hated wrestling, like forever. My dad, was he worked in the oil field. He was high school football stud. So anything that wasn't a real sporting event to him, he didn't really see the point of. But one of his best friends growing up was a Marine, and he was into wrestling, so he got me into wrestling. And I'd just been a fan since, I was super young, and as I got older and older, I'm clearly still a fan. And I always told myself, if I could ever find someplace, that's one thing that I always wanted to give a try. When I was young, I wanted to do typical little kid stuff. I wanted to be a cop and a firefighter and a jet, not like a pilot, but an actual jet, because kids are dumb. And but one thing I always wanted to do was be a wrestler. And then in high school, one of my friends, Jesus Christ, it's a long, complicated chain, but it was my friend's buddy's brother-in-law's friend's second cousin's roommate was a local indie guy, one of those really long, complicated chains, and he put me in contact with the guy that was working the local indie, and I got in contact with a guy who ran that training school, and he was a journeyman wrestler named Tom Jones. He worked pretty much everywhere. If you Google search Tom Jones Wrestling, you can find footage of him, doing the favors for, I think, Muda, and he did a lot of Muda in Texas back when he was the super white ninja. He had done a lot of work back in the territory days, generally in a journeyman and probably, from my understanding, lower to mid card sort of area. And he did a lot of the I'd say initial training. My first day, it was a lot of I'm going to show you simple spots. I'm going to show you how to break your falls. It was not a very formal introduction to the business. Most, if you go to Santino's, you don't, first day you don't touch the ring. It's a lot of squats and push-ups and let's see if you got heart, let's see if you're going to stick around sort of thing. And sadly, I think he was more interested in the payday than making sure the right people got into the business. But some of the other guys at the school were quite adamant about that. So I was eventually put through my paces that way. So, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I started training, and I think it was the summer or the spring of 2009. Not 2009. Damn, my dates are off. 99. I graduated high school in 2000. Give you a rough idea of how very, very old I am. My first match was in 2001 in Oklahoma City, and I moved to California in October of 2007. My first match in California, I believe, was in March of 2008, and I started going to Santinos to train, I believe, June of 2013. So I like to consider the Santino Brothers Dojo my second home, because while I had been previously trained and had quite a bit of experience, it was very good to get back in a very traditional wrestling school and being put through the paces again, and repetition, and getting your reps in, doing the squats and the push-ups all over again with everyone else, doing the rolls again with everyone else, getting a fresh set of eyes and a fresh perspective on how to do things that, maybe initially you would have thought that, I already know how to do that. It's been a beautiful thing, and I like to believe that I was okay when I first moved out here, and I definitely like to say I've gotten a lot better since training at the dojo.
Yeah, I definitely can second that for sure, because I've seen you in action at AWS, from Santinos to just about everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it in SoCal, and I'm definitely enjoying your work. One thing that I like is you as the submission champion over there at Santinos.
Yeah.
That's one title that's like super different, and I would say in wrestling in like a whole, because that's a title that that's not really been used. So I'm a big fan of that title, and you've had some good matches with guys like Eli Everfly, and now you got Tito coming soon in January. That's actually next year, but the hype is going on right now, and I'm looking forward to that match. I think I'm gonna go to that show.
I would definitely suggest checking it out. If you've never seen Tito and I in a ring together, it kind of there was a period a few years ago when Battleground was still around that we were definitely trying to make sure that we didn't remember the match that we had just had by the end of the match. So we've definitely knocked each other's heads around, and we actually he was my semifinal match in the initial submission title tournament. So in that arena we faced each other as well. He's definitely big and strong and way more athletic and agile than he should be able to be for a man his size, and he's got a very legitimate background as well. He is a bad dude, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have my co-host Oscar ask you a question. Go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right then. Thanks for being on the show again, Tyler. It's great to have you on. Seen you a lot of times, seen you everywhere pretty much. AWS, Championship Wrestling, Hollywood, and you name it. Yeah, you know what's funny? Before I ask you my question, I just want to tell you, man. It's funny. I always tell people at wrestling shows about you, like that one dude that shot on 2 cents and all those dudes, Since you changed a new gimmick, since you got rid of the whole punk rock gimmick to what you're doing now, I always tell people, would it look nice if you come out with a knife? I think that would have been sweet. If you ever come out with a knife. I think the only person who will let you do it is probably Bart, but I don't know about Dave. But I mean, I always tell people you look awesome with a knife. That's I just want to share that. But anyways, first question I want to ask you, because earlier you mentioned that your parents didn't let you or was not a big fan of wrestling, but I'm sure you were. Who did you look up to while you were a fan back then?
When I was young, I was a big fan of definitely a big Hulk Hogan fan. Because,
Same here.
Larger than life, red and yellow. I'm a good guy. I'm always a good guy. And when I was finally exposed to an Ultimate Warrior 2, the bright colors, like it's a statue. It's a video game running down the aisle, bright colors, moving everywhere. And so naturally, when I was exposed to NWA, which was transitioning into WCW at the time, I was also a big Sting fan. Like I remember literally the first time I saw any sort of NWA. It was some sort of tag match, and Lex Luger and Sting were both in the ring, and I initially thought that it was that Lex Luger, because of the way he was built, was the Warrior, and I was like, what happened to his paint, and who's that other guy with the face paint? And then within a few minutes, I realized that, this is something completely different. And so, definitely those two guys when I was younger. As I got older, I became, and I still am, a huge Arn Anderson fan. Feel that he generally doesn't get enough love. And anymore, I'm actually watching right now as I'm talking to you, World of Sport. I'm a big fan of a lot of those guys. Terry Rudge is fantastic. He's just so aggressive as just a wrestler. Like he's doing a lot of the same holds as a lot of the other guys do. He's just so damn aggressive while doing it. And also guys who are working today. I'm a big fan of Prince, Fergal, Devitt, Finn, Balor. His execution, super clean. Big fan.
Yeah. Those names you're mentioning, I can end up watching it for $9.99 on the network, but it's pretty cool. Arn Anderson, man, he's very talented. I'm actually happy that even though he's not solo-wise, but I'm glad the Four Horsemen made the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's love right there for Arn Anderson, I mean, to me, I know people would say Ric Flair, but he's almost like the face of the Horsemen, you really think about it, because, if you look back in WCW, you try to recruit other guys, and the Horsemen, and, I mean, that almost to me is like, he's almost like the face of the Horsemen more than Ric Flair is, So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to pass it on to Skit. Go ahead, Skit.
Yeah. I just want to piggyback off what you just said about Prince Devitt as one of your favorites. It's funny that you mentioned that because after this podcast, I was planning on going back to watch his matches with.
Hello?
Skit, you there? I guess we lost Skit in the way. Well, I guess I'll ask you the next question. I guess until he gets back. I just saw a flyer this past weekend at the Wrestling Guys. I don't know if you heard of it in Huntington Park, California. I saw that the Santinos. You guys have a new venue up in New Hall. I see you're going to have a match with Tito, which you just mentioned right now. My question is, is the whole Santino show, is it going to be from now on in New Hall, or is just that for right now?
I wish I had a better answer for you. I can only tell you that I know that this show is definitely going to be in New Hall. I'm actually excited to be back in that building. I have a lot of history in that building. The New Hall venue, the one that we're going to be at, is where my first match in California. I was in that building. I was in a 6-man tag with Akira Tozawa in that building. Like I've had I've made some memories in that building, and I'm looking forward to making some for everyone who shows up to that show. So, so as far as a regular venue, I am not sure if that's going to be it, or if we'll just be anywhere that we can get in.
Yeah, definitely. And well, Skits is I guess Skits is now back on. Skits, you on there?
Yeah, I'm back. My bad about that. I was just mentioning, because you mentioned about Prince Devitt as one of your favorites, and I was saying as soon as we finish this podcast, I was planning on to go back to watch some of his matches with Kota Ibushi on the New Japan World Network that they have. That's brand new, which I recommend because it's got some good matches on there. So yeah.
Was that hard to sign up for? Because New Japan World is definitely something I plan on signing up for. Just with the translation and whatnot, I don't know how difficult that would be.
Well, my friend, he told me to use Google Chrome, and they'll translate it for you. So. Oh
well, good news there.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I don't know if you had the WWE Network, Tyler, but I heard it's better than the WWE Network. It's like you get everything from New Japan history, already there. If you have the WWE Network, they don't have everything. Like they don't have all Nitro. You have to pretty much wait. Well, these guys don't joke. You have everything right there. Bam.
Yes, something I had read. So the New Japan World had already. It was like I think it was all the way back to '84.
Yeah.
They had everything from 84 forward was on there.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. All right. Were you going to ask him something?
I actually want to get into this big match that he's got coming up soon for the AWS title with B-Boy, Willie Mack, and Rocky Romero, which is definitely a matchup that I might call off of work for. Because
really,
this is like, this is a big deal to me. You got 4 great wrestlers, and then one of those guys have a chance to wrestle Johnny Gargano too. So that's a big deal in my eyes, I'd say. You want to share your thoughts on that matchup? How that's going to happen?
If you paid attention to past few years, or even if you haven't, B-Boy and I have quite a bit of history together. We had a series of matches in IWL. We had one earlier this year with him at AWS. And the way that I look at everything that we've done together, like I see it almost as one big continuing story. And the one thing that I have yet to be able to do is I've never been able to pin his shoulders to the mat or make him submit. I have the same thing with Willie. I've worked with, I've fought with, however you want to put the verbiage in there. I've gone around the loop with Willie as well. We've traded victories back and forth. Last month at AWS, we went the time limit twice. Rocky Romero is someone I have a great deal of respect for. I attended his clinic at the Santino Brothers dojo. I did the same thing with B-Boy. At Rocky's clinic, he told me flat out, he said, execution-wise, your stuff looks good. Like you can perform mechanically, you have it. Now, let's see some personality. So I'm going to do my best to make sure that he sees what he didn't see that night. And overall, the goal is to walk out with the victory to make it to January, night 1 of the big tag team / women's tournament. Face Johnny Gargano and the Greek god Papadon. So if there's the slightest possibility that spot, if I can be in that spot, then I will be. I'm hell or high water, hook or crook, whatever wrestling cliche you want to use. I want that match. Is the moral of the story here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. I thought you broke out again.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just definitely looking forward to the matchup. And did you want to comment on if you win, going into the ring with Johnny Gargano? Probably there's a possibility chance too.
There was a place a little bit earlier this year where that was put in quotes because wrestling is wrestling and things happen, but there was a place in San Diego where that was quote unquote supposed to happen already.
The one with Ken Shamrock, right?
Yeah, the Shamrock was supposed to be on. I think Extreme Tiger and TJ were supposed to be there. Then
yeah,
and that'd be a really cool thing. That would have been a big test, a big match, something you can definitely learn from, regardless of what ends up happening. And the possibility of that happening again is something I'm really looking forward to. And yeah,
because I saw that card, I was like, whoa, you got Tito going against Chris Masters still. I was like, whoa. Then all of a sudden the show didn't happen, but yeah, it would have been nice. I was actually planning to go to San Diego to check it out, but then they canceled it out, so, it sucked, but oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then I guess I'll ask him my next question then. As of right now, you probably have a lot of opponents you had, but who in the current WWE, TNA, or anywhere in the independent scene, who would you like to work with and why?
Who would I like to work with and why?
It could be just more than one wrestler. He can answer
that. A few years ago, I did New Japan did a clinic in New Jersey, and I flew out there and did that, and Devitt ran the whole thing. And at one point, we paired up, like everyone was pairing up to, do the basically the tryout matches at the end of it, and I was odd man out. Like, I think I had stepped away to get a drink of water when everyone was like, "Oh, I will work with you." So I was not in the room when that happened, and then there was a lot of hey, what? Devin will work with him, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe not so much," which I don't blame him at all. Like, he didn't know me from Adam. I could have been the worst. The possibility he could have got hurt or whatever, but the possibility that almost happened for a second is something I would like that to happen. He's still that's something that he's still way better than I'll ever be, but that would be fantastic for that to happen. There are guys on the indies right now, like JT Dunn, Aaron Epic. Are guys who work in the East Coast and the Midwest. Beyond Wrestling, Matt Cage, who works in the Midwest. Jason Strife. Jeff O'Shea, Reed Bentley, of course, any of the top, I don't know, top tier guys, I guess, is the way you'd describe it. Like, your Chris Heroes, your, Kenny Omegas, those, it'll never happen, but if it did, boy, wouldn't that be sweet. Guys from NorCal, like, Timmy Thatcher, Adam Thornstowe, Drake Frost, Dylan Drake, these are people who are, just popping in mind right now. And there are even people here still in the area that I haven't got to work that I'd like to work, like Andy Brown is fantastic. I've never had the opportunity to do anything with him. Like to have the opportunity to work with Richie Slade one-on-one, Ruby Reyes.
That would be a good one.
And people, Yeah. Let's see. And I'm anxious to work with anyone that I haven't worked with before, and I'm always anxious to work with people I've worked with before to do something different, to make it better than it was the last time.
Yeah, definitely.
Man,
No, I was gonna say that I like when you said Chris Hero. I think you and Chris Hero will have a kick-ass match, or you can say an awesome match. You two guys, I mean, you guys are so familiar. You know, it's like almost equal. So I think you guys have a crazy-ass match anywhere.
He's taller and way more experienced and traveled, and you know, I get a lot of people say that we're similar, and I guess I can see it. If it is, it's by coincidence, but that's a thing. So yeah, that'd be fun. I'd do that if anyone listening wants to make that happen. That'd definitely be or any of those guys or ladies or lady that I mentioned. If anyone wants to make any of those things happen, I'm available for.
Yeah.
I am available for bookings.
Hopefully Bart is listening. We can make that happen. Or somebody.
By the way, shout out to Ray. She's all tweeting us right now. So shout out to her. And even though she tried to stab me with her Freddy Krueger claws at that one AWS show, but yeah. Shout out to her. Yeah, she's gonna attack me now.
It's a distinct possibility.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. She's probably the few chicks in the whole world can probably kick my ass. So I'm not gonna lie there.
I'm gonna go to my next question. IWO, they have a show coming up soon. I believe it's next week, right?
No,
I believe so. It's in a week or two.
Yeah, it's next weekend actually.
I really haven't seen that much of the card. I don't even know if I think I've seen like one match probably so far, or like two. Is it a possibility we can get you back at IWL?
Well, I don't know. That I guess if the possibility of you getting me back at IWL would be how well you know the guys who are in IWL. I'm not sure, man. That's not my call to make. I never wanted to leave. We parted ways at one point when I guess there wasn't enough room on the card for everyone to be on, and the guys who were in charge made their decisions for the reasons that they made their decisions, and that's fine. That's wrestling. And what happened at their next show was exactly what I knew would happen at the next show, and that's that it went off without a hitch, man. I know I ain't me not being a part of your event, despite what I would like to think. I don't think is gonna, I don't think any event's gonna come to a screeching halt just because I'm not on it. I would suggest that anyone who has that day open definitely go and check out IWL, because you're going to see, chances are you're going to see something special. I mean, you got Ray Rosas and Johnny Suave, which that in of itself should be good again, because this time it's something different yet again. It's a submission match, and how's Ray Rosas' leg going to hold up against Johnny Suave with his new attitude and all that business? And you have Eric Watts against B-Boy. You're going to see some good. You're going to see some good solid stuff. You have a number of Santino standouts on the card as well. So
yeah, like my boy Eli Everfly, one of my favorites.
Yep.
But yeah. I was just wondering. I'm like, I see half of the guys in Santinos, and I don't see you. I'm like, what's the deal here? Me as a fan, But hoping you never know. We might get you back there soon.
Well,
Let's have.
Well, if you want me back, man, make signs, start chants, etc.
Right.
Hey, I'll do it in a heartbeat. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, if anyone wants me back at IWL, you got to let them know. Let your voice be heard. So, I would love to be back. Like I said, I didn't want to leave to begin with. So.
Yeah, I definitely get you now. I'm gonna go and pass it back to my boy Oscar.
Yeah, definitely. I got Rays out here threatening me on Twitter right now. Like, holy crap, or stabbing me or something like that. But oh well. But anyways, my next question I want to ask you. About a few months ago, you actually just joined Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and I saw a couple of tweets, not just from fans, but like someone like Joey Ryan was actually happy to see you being part of that roster. I'm sure you're happy to be part of it, but I don't know, what's your thoughts joining the roster? And it's not Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. It's not only like you can just watch it, living from California. You can watch it anywhere because now it's on Mass TV. How do you feel you being part of that roster of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood?
Getting on was a cool deal for me because I know and am friends with and had worked with and was working with a lot of the guys on their roster at a lot of other places, and a lot of those guys were asking me like why I wasn't at the tapings, and I wasn't at the tapings because no one had contacted me. And at the time I was living in LA, so that would have been quite a drive for maybe, nothing, which isn't something that I'm above doing at all. It just I was usually doing something else on those Sundays, like usually working somewhere, doing something. And then, the call I finally received a call, and my first time there, I think I killed it. Well, in wrestling terms, I just killed a guy, and about maybe 7 seconds, I elbowed him in the temple and put him to sleep, and then, later that night, about a week later or so, by how things fly, like my second match there was with Joey Ryan. I feel very lucky to be a part of the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood roster. But I got a lot of good guys there, and they give a lot of guys a chance to evolve and learn a different style, but still be themselves. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, definitely. But my next question I want to ask you, I remember Che Cabrera came on the show a few months ago, saying that it's been overdue. It should have happened a while back. It should have happened a while ago. That you should have been on the roster. And then I guess even Joey Ryan even tweeted about that. Why do you think guys like those guys are saying you should have been on the roster a long time ago? What do you think was the holdup?
Man, I don't know. They had. I don't think they needed me, and when they got a hold of me, I think they could still be debated whether I was necessarily needed there or not. They have a big roster, and maybe in management's eyes, maybe I didn't have what they were looking for at the time. Maybe there was something a little, maybe it was a timing thing. I said maybe the roster was too big, maybe it was too full, maybe there were spots open. A lot of wrestling is just timing, and I was told by a lot of guys once I got there that they were glad I was there, and I was told by a lot of their guys before I got there that I should have been there, and now I am. So, and I hope to hold on to that spot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I know Drew Goodlock has been doing some work over there, and that is one person that I would love to see you guys clash in the ring because I can see a hell of a submission match with both of you guys. But I don't know. We'll have to talk to the guys that run that place, and maybe we can get it going. But that would be something special.
I agree. Like I said with IWL, man, if there are places you guys want me, if there are things that you want to see, let your voices be heard. That's the way things get done. That's how people in places get bigger and go different places and work with different people. You know, maybe not everyone's eyes are on where everyone wants them to be because there are a lot of places. I'd love to be able to get in the ring with Gulak or Thatcher or Sky or Taylor or Joey Ryan again or Willie there or Tito there. So I may not always be the biggest dog in the fight, but you know, there's a lot of fucking fight in this dog, man.
Definitely, dude. My next question, there's been a lot of talks on, you know, the internet and the dirt sheets about, you know, Ring of Honor guys not working with PWG after their next show. And, you know, there's been a lot of, you know, fans like myself have been speculating, you know, where they go back to their old ways, you know, bringing just SoCal guys back. Is that somewhere where that you would like to work?
I think if you're in Southern California and or California in general or on the Indies in general and you don't want to work Gorilla, that might be a bit foolish. And I get if, you know, in your head it's a stylistic thing or you don't think you can hang, but, you know, it's exposure. It's the biggest thing happening out here right now. Right now, you know, using who they are able to use, like, you know, damn near every card's like a dream card. You get the best guys from everywhere, and and hopefully they will. Hopefully, you know, it's sad that those guys won't get that exposure anymore, but maybe hopefully it'll open up some spots for some local guys to get, you know, to get those spots, to get that exposure, and hopefully, you know, it'll give them a chance to grow and expand and get to places they haven't been before. So here's to hoping, man.
Yeah. Also, Lucha Underground, a new promotion out here in SoCal that's been red hot. I went to one taping, and, you know, you got guys over there like B-Boy who's working over there, and I'm not even going to ask you the question because I'm pretty sure you're going to say the same thing. Like you said about the IWL, our voices had to be heard. I mean, I think that's another spot that I would like to see you over there at Lucha. They got some pretty good talent over there.
Yes, they do. I said that's somewhere else I would very much like to be. I had heard, I don't know if there's any truth to this. I'm sure that there is because I trust the people who told me. But like I had heard that my name had been mentioned, they had heard my name mentioned before. I said I don't. You know, I don't know if when it was, if it was a positive or a negative. One can only hope positive. So you never know what's going to happen down the line. I certainly hope to end up there.
Yeah, definitely. In my opinion, SoCal Wrestling is definitely red hot right now. We got a lot of great shows coming up. Before we end the show, I'm gonna pass it back to Oscar.
All right. Well, I got like two questions for him. Actually, this first one I'm gonna ask him. Going back to that Santino show in Newhall, any worries at all that the fans that showed up and the Santino show in Dove Gardens. Any worry at all that they're not willing to make the drive all the way to New Hall just to check it out, or is there any concern to that at all? Because to me, I'll do it. Fuck it. Even though it's an hour and a half drive where I live, I'm gonna go. Fuck it.
Right.
Yeah. Because I know if I was living in the East Coast, I could be one of those fans that drive 6 hours to have a wrestling show. So why not?
Indeed. Switching venues is always, there's always some worry, but that building itself has a long history of wrestling shows happening in that building. And I know there are definitely people there locally. I believe there are a number of people who will be willing to make the drive because the Santino Brothers wrestling show, you're going to get quality. We fight from the heart, man. Like everyone from that school or who is an associate from that school who has come out of it or has had any amount of training there has earned their eyes, and it's something you work for. You're going to get a good show. Fight from the heart. We give you everything we got to make sure that you leave entertained. So if anyone's listening to this who might be on the borderline, I promise you, you will be upset if you don't make that show. Make the drive. It will be worth your money and your time.
Yeah, because I remember I took Skits his first time, his first Santino show. Remember, you didn't want to go at first, you want to watch some Kings game, and go to Santino's. All of a sudden, bam, you were glad you actually went to that Santino show and watched the Kings game. So, yeah, it was.
I think it was playoff time at the time.
It was playoff time too, right? So, but you enjoyed Santino, so.
Yeah, I definitely did. I definitely enjoyed the show, and I'm looking forward to go to more shows.
Yeah,
I don't get a chance to go to a lot of Santino shows just because of work, but I'm looking forward to this next show you guys got coming up. So.
Yeah. Well, let me ask him one more question, Tyler. I know you did a lot so far, so what is your next goal you want to do, or what's something you'd like to accomplish in your career next? It's like WWE, TNA, or anything like that?
What I want to accomplish is more. Always more. Always
more.
Be hungry. Never be satisfied. Never be satiated. Always want more. Always want to grow more. Always want to learn more. If you're just starting out, you want to be getting to the middle. If you're in the middle, you want to be getting to a top. If you're at the top, you want to get to the next place so you can start all over again. That's what I want. I want more.
Yeah, I fair, because I think when we had Eli Everfly on, he said the same thing as well. He wants to do all his other stuff, like go to Japan and a lot of stuff. And that's like more. He wants to do this, he wants to do that. That's that's basically what pretty much saying the same thing. All right, man. All right, Tyler. Thanks for being on. My sure Skip has one more question, and tell Ray I said hi.
I will.
Tyler, before we let you go, you want to throw out your social medias? If you have any pro wrestling tees or anything like that, you want to promote any shows you got coming up?
My social medias, you can follow me on the Twitter machine at Tyler_Bateman. I'm on the Instagrams as GDM, Tyler Bateman, all one word, all that together. If you're interested in contacting me to have the wrestlings happen on your show, you can email me at bareknucklebateman, BareKnuckleBateman, all one word, at gmail.com. Coming up next, I have AWS, and I also have the Santino Brothers show on the 17th. So hit me up. The calendar's pretty open. I'd like to fill it up.
Definitely. We want to thank you once again, Tyler, and we'll see you soon at AWS or Santinos or something.
Yeah, man.
All right, take care,
having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tyler Bateman. Pretty good fucking interview there that we just held down, Oscar. I had fun.
Yeah, man, pretty cool. Man, pretty cool dude. I'm sure he's not a guy who'll do something stupid like Heath Slater. So, yeah, you know. Pretty cool timing with that dude.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we will be live on air as we talk about the final countdown to Final Battle. I think that's going to be the title of the fucking show. Final countdown for the Final Battle. I don't know. But, yeah, so we'll talk about Final Battle tomorrow. We'll probably share our predictions or whatnot.
Yeah, we should give out our predictions. See what happens this Sunday. You know, it's going to be a good event. I'm going to be watching it. So, yeah, I'm going to just write down my predictions today, but I'm going to give out my final results or my predictions tomorrow. You know.
Yeah, and also tomorrow we'll talk about other indie shows that will be happening and matches been booked, and probably get into the Heath Slater talk. You know, it's going to come up, so we'll talk about that. And also, just to let you guys know, whoever's listening right now, I believe the Coca Senior Punk podcast part 2 is tonight, midnight, East Coast time. I think I'm going to go there now. So, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow, too. So,
all right. And Skits, enjoy New Japan Worlds. I'm sure you will love it.
Oh, definitely, man. Got to watch Kota Ibushi and Prince Devitt's first couple matches that they had.
And we just told Tyler Bateman about the English thing. He's gonna enjoy it too. Hopefully, he does, man.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, check out our website, WrestlingHeads.com. We're on Twitter at WrestlingHeads. Facebook.com/WrestlingHeads. I am WH Skits.
And, you can follow me at Sinister632, Twitter, Instagram, right, Vine. I don't know how to use it, but fuck it. You can follow me on Vine. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to try to get back to do something for Wrestling Heads Radio, hopefully soon. And the website.
Yeah, quick shout-outs to everybody from Wrestling Heads, from Chris to Bruce to Tom. And a shout out to all our writers too. And until tomorrow, peace.